Welcome to a Workout Wednesday. If you are new to the group, my name is Haley. I am the moderator of this group. I have also been a personal trainer for over 10 years, and today I'm going to be doing a live HGH chain with you. HGH refers to human growth hormone, and that is the hormone that I really try to stimulate with my workouts to help build muscle and burn fat more effectively. And they're also short and sweet and intense. So let's get to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the different exercises that we're going to do, and I will show you some modifications. And then once we've done that, then I'm going to get right into our warm-up. So, the only piece of equipment that you're going to need is a little bit of a band like this. Hello, hello, Marie. So you're going to need a band. If you don't have one, don't worry, you don't need it. But I'm going to show you the 5 different exercises that we're going to do. So the first exercise is going to be a squat to a lunge, alternating legs. 2 different options here. So if you want to make it easier, we're just going to go from a squat into a lunge, from a squat into a lunge. Now, if you want to amp it up, right, if you want this to feel a little bit more challenging, you're going to add a jump to that. So you're going to make it plyometric. So it's going to be a squat to a lunge, to a squat to a lunge. So I'm just hopping in between those, okay? Now we're going to be doing each exercise for 1 minute. And I expect you to need to take breaks because the way that I structure my workouts is there is no structured rest. We just move from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So if after the first round, you can easily do a minute of the easier version, try this version as long as your knees allow for it. Okay, the second exercise we're going to be doing, which is going to be really good for our core, our back, our shoulders, is mountain climbers. So we're going to be coming down onto the floor, and we're simply going to be driving our knees towards our chest. Now, if that feels hard, the easiest way to modify that is to just slow down the tempo or use a chair. Come up onto the chair so that you have less body weight over your shoulders, and it'll just make that a lot easier. Then we're going to be working the posterior chain, so the glutes and the hammies, and we're going to need a chair for that. And what we're going to do is a single leg hip raise. So I'm going to place 1 foot up on my chair, and I'll show you from easiest to harder. So the easiest way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to take this leg and I'm just going to cross it on top of the other leg. And from here, I'm pushing into my heel and lifting my hip up. If I want to make that a bit harder, I'm going to extend my leg upwards, and if I really want a good challenge, I'm going to lower that leg down so it's just hovering off the floor, and I'm going to do that same exercise. And what's going to happen is with having my leg extended, I'm adding more weight to this leg, so it's going to feel a lot more challenging. So I'm going to do all on one side, and then I'm going to go all on the other, and then the final exercise, I'm going to grab my tube. If you don't have the tube, like I said, it's optional. I'm going to go into a nice wide stance, toes pointed out, and I'm going to do a plie squat with a band pull apart. So arms are up at about shoulder height. I'm going to squat down, band pull apart, so pulling my shoulder blades towards each other, coming back to center, stand up. I'm going to show you what that looks like from behind as well. So what I'm doing is when I come down here, I'm pulling my shoulder blades towards each other, engaging all of those back muscles, release, and stand up. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to get my timer going here. Okay, this is the one I want. So we are going to start with a warm-up. So always important to start with our warm-up. We're going to do about 3 minutes, and while we do that, I'll just kind of quickly once again explain how this workout is going to go down. All right, a couple of lateral raises. So we have 5 exercises total. Well, 4, but we're going to do the single leg deadlift on each side, or hip raise on each side. And we're going to be doing each exercise for 1 minute, and we're going to be doing 3 rounds. But like I said, this is a chain. It's a little bit different from a high intensity interval training workout where you would say, like work for 40 seconds and take a 20-second break. We're not exactly doing it that way. Do a couple of twists. What we're doing is we are just stringing the exercises together, and we are taking no structured rest. So I'm never going to tell you to rest. Now that being said, you're going to need to rest. And that's what makes these workouts kind of applicable to any fitness level, because it's going to be based on how you are feeling. So anytime that you feel like you're so breathless that you need to take a break, you take a break. Anytime that your muscles are burning like crazy, you take a break, okay? So you get to decide when you rest. So you rest when you need to, and then you resume or come back to me when you can. Now that being said, I want this to feel uncomfortable and challenging. We're only working for 15 minutes, and it's when you feel breathless and burning, that's when you're producing that human growth hormone. So we want to kind of try and stay there as much as possible, but taking a break when we really truly need it, okay? So a couple of lunges, just warming up those legs. Good job. If forward lunges feel uncomfortable, you can always do reverse lunges that are a little less strenuous on the knees. So feel free to do that as well. Good. And by now, hopefully you are feeling a little bit breathless, starting to feel a little bit out of breath, getting that blood circulating to your muscles. Okay, we're gonna do some kicks just to warm up the hamstrings. So we are gonna be exercising or engaging those hamstrings today. So just a couple of kicks, just to warm those or stretch out those hamstrings. Good job. Same thing on the other side. And we are about 30 seconds away from getting started here. And then it is 15 minutes, okay? Good. One more of those. All right, so we've got about 15 seconds. Hello, hello. I see Bridget is here. Feel free to jump in. So 10 seconds, we're gonna start with our squat to lunge, either that modified version or the higher intensity. I'm gonna start with the modified and then move into the higher intensity. So we're gonna go squat, lunge, squat, lunge. So alternating sides with that lunge. Now here, you can move in a range of motion that feels comfortable to you. If you're just getting started, you may do smaller squats and smaller lunges, okay? So that's what the beginner version looks like. Now I'm gonna show you the more advanced if you can. Okay, so we're gonna go lunge, squat, lunge, squat. Good. And we're doing as many as we can in 1 minute. And if you're trying to decide which one to do, see, I take a break there. The plyometrics really gets the lactic acid building up. If you can do that one, my preference is for you to do the harder one and take breaks more often. All right, mountain climbers, off we go. Now remember that here, you can slow down your tempo to make this easier, or as an alternative, you can also come onto the bench and do it here. If you have really bad wrists, come down onto your elbows from the bench. Okay, lots of different ways of modifying this one. We've got 30 seconds left. And taking a break when you need it. This one will definitely get you feeling breathless, especially if you're doing a faster tempo, and you might start to feel your shoulders burning as well. All right, we're gonna simply go onto our back. We're doing our hip raise. Okay, One foot up. I'll show you the easier modification first. So easiest, my leg is crossed, or my foot is crossed over my leg. Make that a little bit harder. I'm going to lift my leg up, keep my leg straight, and add that hip raise. If I really want to challenge, I'm going to lower my leg down and use my leg essentially as a weight. As I push up, I'm really pushing down onto the seat as opposed to pushing the seat away. And if you do not feel this in the back of your leg and your hamstrings and your glutes, if you're feeling it in your calf muscle, then you're probably pressing into your toe instead of pressing into your heel. All right, over to the other side. Same thing on this side, whichever version you want to do. We're here for 1 minute. So this one's less cardiovascular, definitely more of a strength training move, building that posterior chain, which is really important because a lot of us are very quad dominant and we have gluteal amnesia, so our glutes forget how to fire, which can cause lower back pain and knee pain, and of course a flat bum. Good job. 10 seconds. Take a break when you need it if that muscle is burning too much. All right. Stand on up. Grab your band if you have it. Nice wide stance. Arms up to shoulder height. Down, band pull apart, together and up. Now if you don't have a band, I still want you to pretend like you do. And what I want you to do is I want you to really think about how you can engage all of the muscles in your back. Good job. So really pulling your shoulder blades together here. We're nice and slow and controlled. Keep the shoulders down. As you get tired, it's going to be really easy here to want to do that with your shoulders. Try and keep them down. 10 seconds. Almost there. All right, we're going right into round 2. I'm going to start with the more intense one this time. You will see me taking breaks here. So remember, if you can't do plyometrics, you're just going to do a squat to an alternating reverse lunge. And then when you need a break, you take it. So I can definitely feel some burning in my legs there. I take a short break, and when I'm ready, I get back in. So you take a break when you need it, you resume when you can, trying to get as many reps as you can with proper form inside that 1 minute. Whew. There's that lactic acid building up again. 10 seconds to go here. See how I just keep moving? All right, mountain climbers, let's do this. Remember, you can slow down your tempo, or alternatively, you can use a chair to remove some body weight here. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Again, my preference is to push myself hard and take a break and then push myself hard again. I want to feel breathless and I want to feel that burning sensation. 20 seconds left to go. Just over 5, keep going. All right, back to hip raise. I'm gonna come down, One foot up. I'm going to go with my legs straight. You do you. This is less cardio and more about strength. And remember to focus on pushing into your heel down towards the floor. You want to feel your hamstring, which is the muscle behind your thigh here, back thigh, and you want to feel your glutes, your butt cheeks, working hard. If you do not feel that burning sensation, then try a more difficult option. You can also add ankle weights here if this isn't challenging enough. All right, over to the other side. Off we go. Good job. This is my weaker leg. It gets fatigued a lot faster than my right leg. We typically all have a stronger leg. Whew. I'm definitely hot and sweaty right now. Hopefully you are too. Take a break when you need to. Resume when you can, based on your fitness ability. All right, come on up, grab your band if you have it. We're gonna go into our plie squat. Whoops, low battery, but I think I'm good. Okay, ready, off we go. Down, pull, and up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Get really intentional here about engaging your back muscles. Getting that sexy back for the summer. Good job. See how I get nice and low in that plie squat? If you can get as low as I can, that's great. If you can't, that's okay too. 10 seconds. Okay, back to the first one. Squat alternating lunges. All right, I'm gonna do that harder version, but again, you don't have to. Whew. All right, a little bit of a break. You can hear that I'm breathless. What you can't see is the lactic acid building up in my legs. That's that burning sensation. Whew. All right, 20 seconds. And this is our last round. After that, we're done. So again, these workouts are short, but they should feel intense. You should not be loving me right now. Okay. All right, mountain climbers, if you're ready, go right ahead. I'm just catching my breath, getting rid of some of the lactic acid in my legs, coming down so I am ready to go. Take a little break. We're at 25 seconds. If you can keep going, keep going. 20 seconds. All right, hip raise. We're almost there. 3 more minutes to go. Stay with me. Whatever version you can do here. Remember to push into the heel and down towards the floor to maximize both hamstrings and glutes here. Ten seconds. All right, over the other side, so close to done. Whew. Again, that left side, so much harder for me. 30 seconds. And anytime I feel this workout gets really hard, I just remind myself, it's only 15 minutes. And then you're done for the day. Five seconds. All right. Last exercise, grab your band once again, legs nice and wide, toes out, arms up, down, pull, and stand up. Get nice and low if you can. This is your last minute. Make it count. Down. I try not to do like little tiny movements without working other big muscles because I really want to maximize my 15 minutes. If I was doing a 1 hour workout, I might just do the band pull aparts by themselves. But in 15 minutes, I'm not going to work on a small muscle group like that. Not unless I'm combining it. All right. We did it. Nice work. I'm going to turn off my timer and we will just do a little bit of a cool down. So just moving from side to side here as we bring that heart rate back down to normal. And while we do that, we're going to stretch out shoulders and back. So you're going to take that one arm, bring it right across your body, take the other arm and pull it towards the back of the room behind you. And you should feel a stretch wrapping all around your shoulders and into your back towards your shoulder blades. And when you're ready, when your heart rate is starting to calm down, you can kind of skip the steps and start to focus on taking some deeper breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Switching over to the other side. So what I like to do at the end of my workouts is I try to do a little bit of diaphragmatic breathing. So breathing into my belly, trying to get my belly to rise. And then breathing out, but really slowing down the pace of my breath. And the reason I like to do this is because exercise, although it's good for you, it is a stressor to the body, and so it does have a tendency to engage our parasympathetic nervous system, or our fight or flight, which basically means it jacks up cortisol, which cortisol can be like good and bad. It can be really great for fat burning, it can be really bad for fat burning. It's the Goldilocks principle with all hormones. You always want to have it just right, not too much and not too little. And the same is true as cortisol. But because we're all chronically stressed out women for the most part, we already have too much cortisol. And we need to find ways to balance out that production of cortisol. Diaphragmatic breathing happens to be one of the most simple tools for immediately switching the body into sort of that rest and digest, chill, relax, parasympathetic nervous system, which is where we want it to be. And switching over to the other side, same thing here. And practicing that diaphragmatic breathing, so you can take a deep breath in, and you can place your hand on your belly to see if your stomach rises, and then slowly out. A lot of women have a tendency to breathe into their chest and their, like just around their collarbone. We want to get it down into the belly. Nice and slow, deep breaths. Good. And then just one last stretch. I'll flip to the side here. I'm going to go into a forward bend. So my legs are nice and wide, and I'm going to let gravity do the work here. And this is going to give me a nice stretch from my hamstrings, a little bit in the glutes, but mainly my hamstrings. And I just kind of let gravity do its job here. And I like to just kind of sway from one side to the next. And again, it's a little bit harder to do those diaphragmatic breaths from this position. And then bringing your arms back to center, feet a little bit closer together. Come on up nice and slowly, nice and slowly. You don't want to get a bit dizzy as you come back up. And then just for glutes, I forgot about glutes. We're going to grab one leg, place it on top, squat back, just to get a little bit of a stretch in those glutes, because we did work them today when we were doing our hip raises. So a little bit on this side. And then switching over to the other side. Squat back once again. Good. And place that foot down. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how that went in the comments. I want to know if you felt breathless, if you felt burning, if that was hard enough for you. And I will see you again, same time next week. Bye.